you will become very influential and successful in your life. Hey guys, I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so that you can magnetize your ideal life. Harnessing sexual energy. Sexual energy is incredibly powerful. It's the most powerful force that we can work with as humans. It amplifies things. It builds things. It causes a single sperm cell to grow into an entire human being. When you consider how much a single human is capable of, and you consider that came from a single sperm, and that there's 250 million sperm in the average ejaculation. That's an incredible amount of power. But what are most people doing with that power? Most guys are just throwing that away. So that's why it's very important to, first of all, maintain this energy in your body. You don't need to ejaculate it constantly. So this is why semen retention is such an important aspect of any man's life, or at least it should be. Because the semen is the masculine essence. It's the essence of your body, and it will give you a tremendous force to be working with and empowering. And when you harness this sexual energy, then you have this powerful force to work with, this powerful amplifying and bonding force. It also bonds things together. It bonds people together in relationships. It literally glues things together. It's like psychic superglue. It glues you to thoughts, to feelings, to emotions, to actions. So what are you gluing yourself to with sexual energy? Are you gluing yourself to success, happiness, and joy? Or are you gluing yourself to porn sites, to self-destructiveness, to negative relationships? So it's very important to be mindful of this. So there's different things that you can put your sexual energy into. Instead of throwing it away, you can build it up and channel that sexual energy and use it for various purposes. First of all, you can use this sexual energy to improve your health. There was an entire area of medicine in ancient China which was called medical sexology. And basically what this was is that doctors would prescribe certain positions to couples to make love in. So let's say the man had a kidney problem, he would prescribe a certain sexual position, make love in this position so many times per day, however many times per week, and then come back and see me. Can you imagine if that's what our healthcare was like nowadays? Sex is such it's not something we openly talk about so much in this way, but there's so much potential to working with sexual energy because you can heal yourself with the sexual energy when you know how to move it through your body, when you can direct that sexual energy, direct that arousal, the orgasm into different areas of the body. You can heal yourself with it. So this is what medical sexology was all about. So if you have, let's say, a weak organ or something, then you make love, you reach near the point of ejaculation, you stop, and you guide that aroused energy into that organ. Do this over and over again to build it up. And so instead of losing that energy, discharging it through ejaculation, you build it up and you bring it within the body, store it in the body, and you can exchange it with your partner also. And then you don't lose that powerful charge of energy. Of course, you can also put your sexual energy into relationships. Of course, most people are already doing this, but they're doing it rather unconsciously. It's often more of a power struggle between the man and the woman. It's a struggle for domination versus a harmonious exchange. And as I said before, most men simply discharge themselves during sex. They approach sex as a way to relieve their stress, relieve their tension, and they just release these things into their partner, versus using sex to build your energy, build your connection with your partner, and then consciously exchanging that energy. Instead of just getting aroused and blowing it out of your penis as soon as you reach that point. Instead of doing that, you hold on to that charge, you build it up, you bring it within the body, circulate it through the internal energy channels, bring it to your heart and mix it with your heart energy, that expansive, loving, radiating quality. That's what really evolves you sexually, is bringing that higher element into it. And then you connect that energy to your partner. You can consciously exchange it through your energy channels, really intimately deepening your connection. Very powerful. You can also use sexual energy for your spiritual development. So imagine that. How do you feel when you become aroused? There's a sudden shift that occurs in your body. Suddenly you're turned on. We all know that we go through a very obvious shift when we're sexually aroused. Our energy, we're all of a sudden operating on a whole nother level of energy, and we do things that we might normally not do. in an unaroused state. And so all of a sudden your energy is amplified, you're more present in your body, you feel more in the moment. So what if you can turn on your spiritual development, or whatever else you're putting into? You can turn it on in that same way. You can bring that sexual energy to your higher centers of your body, bring it to the pineal gland in the brain, amplifying your intelligence, your memory, your connection to the universe, your connection to the universal life force. So instead of building up a little bit of sexual energy and then you become aroused and you discharge it immediately, that's what most men do. Instead of that, you allow that to build and build, but you bring it upward in the body. You're constantly channeling this energy upward, increasing your vibration, increasing your states of consciousness, your feeling of connection. So powerful. And this is what all the great masters of the past talked about. The yogis practicing brahmacharya, they didn't waste their semen. They held it in their body and they used it to fuel their spiritual path. So we have this historical tradition of semen retention and celibacy going hand in hand with spiritual development. Though of course you don't actually have to be celibate. The thing is, most of these guys didn't know that you can have sex without ejaculating. You can have orgasms without ejaculating and not lose that energy. So this is what greatly distinguishes the Taoist tradition from many other traditions, is not eliminating the use of sexual exchange in the spiritual path. That's why it really resonates with me. And of course you can put this sexual energy into creating your life, creating whatever you want to create in your life. You can use it to build your business, amplify it, building your influence over others, your magnetism, your ability to serve the people around you and to put your value out into the world. Because when you practice semen retention, when you practice sexual cultivation, you're overflowing with this enormous charge of energy. And so you're overflowing with an abundance of energy. You're throwing out all this energy into the world, and people around you are benefiting from that, versus the person who's depleted and they're living in a state of lack. They're reaching out, trying to get things from the people around them. You won't be that way. When you're practicing sexual cultivation, you will be overflowing with energy and people will be very attracted to you. They will be very magnetically attracted to you. You will become very influential and successful in your life. So these are some of the ways that you can harness your sexual energy in your life. And I highly recommend having a sexual cultivation practice because it's so powerful and it will really take you to the next level of everything in your life. So if you're interested in learning more about this, if you want to learn how to really become a master of harnessing your sexual energy, opening your energy channels and letting this sexual energy flow through you 24/7, check out my 6-week course, Multi-Orgasmic Man. I've just opened registration. I open it about every 3 months or so if you're in the future watching this though. So definitely check that out. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Leave a comment below. Have a great day, my friends.